Mhm.
Right. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Right. First and foremost, you like to give our praises to Yahweh,
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Bahapadash.
and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Deep
Shalom.
and salutations unto the 144,000. This is Brother Kyle here.
Brother
Right.
Ahmad Bayan.
Can coming to you with another lesson through the spirit of the city title. Is it our God or Mammon? Right. So
uh,
you could introduce the first precept.
Khan. Now, this is the book of Joshua 24 and verse 14. And in the headlines, it says, we will serve the Lord Yahweh. All right.
Can,
It says, now therefore, fear the Lord Yahweh and serve him in sincerity and in truth, and put
can,
away the gods which your fathers served on the other side of the flood and
mhm.
in Egypt, and serve ye the Lord.
Right.
Verse
Good.
15. And if it seem evil unto you to serve the Lord Yahweh, choose you this day, choose you this day whom ye will serve, whether the gods which your fathers served that were on the other side and of the flood, or the gods of the Amorites in whose land ye dwell. But as for me and my house, we will serve the Lord Yahweh.
Can. Right. So this is what Joshua was telling the people, after Moses passed away, Joshua he was the one that took up the mantle, right?
Mhm.
Joshua had the same name, right, which is Yahweh Shai,
And
right? So he was telling the people here, hey, is either you could he was saying, hey, put away the idols, that you know when we was in captivity, when the flood, whatever it was, the food death, right?
and
All the idolatry that's going on and whatnot, put away all those things, right? Because we haven't too long came out of Egypt at that point in time, I mean, it was a good amount of time, yes, but, meaning to say, like, compared to the time frame now where we in, right? That was how much years are back, right?
and
So, we came out of Egypt, whatever it is, Moses passed away, Joshua take over, whatever it is, right? But all in Egypt, we all be worshiping idols and all these things because, I mean, in the land of captivity, right? So he's saying, hey, put away all these things because why? We want to the Lord is the one that bring us out of it, right? When you read Exodus 20 and 4, just to back it up real quick,
mhm,
20 and 2 actually, Salakia. It says, I am Yahweh, thy power, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, right? He say, thou shalt have no other gods before me, right? So Joshua was telling them the right thing, put away the idols.
and
The Lord is the one that delivered you out of Egypt. So now, if it is you don't want to listen, you don't want to happen onto that, and you rather serve an idol, whatever it is, Joshua said, and say, hey, you do you. Say for him and his household, he will serve the Lord, right? He
mhm,
will let to please the Lord. If you want to go ahead and serve your you go ahead and be destroyed. Because again, the title of the video says what? It's either God or Mammon, right?
and
You can bring out the next one,
so-
one have
and and that's what you're saying,
can
It also had when um we made the covenant with the Lord
can
that you know our people what they said that they agreed to what Moses was speaking unto them, stating that they said yes, they will follow the laws, statutes and commandments. And as soon Moses passed away, everyone just went haywire. All right. And Moses told them that he said, y'all are not going to continue,
can because of
prophesy on them.
hypocrite.
And I'm going to the to the book of Matthew 6:24, it says, "No man can serve two masters, for
Mm-hmm.
either he will hate the one and love the other, or
Done.
else he will hold to the one and despise the other. He cannot serve power and mammon." All right.
Done.
Even when you read it in the NLT, Salakia, if I may, Matthew 6:24 in the NLT, it says, "No man, Salakia, no one can serve two masters, for you will hate one and love the other. You will be devoted to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and money."
Done. And that is true. Because just as I say, you'll be devoted to one. Because think about it, right? All these people out there, like let's take celebrities for instance, right?
Mm-hmm.
They were singing the songs, thank the Lord for this and thank the Lord for that. And they just remember they make music to entertain people. That entertainment. So they would
Yeah,
literally write and sing what people want to hear, right? Don't talk gospel and all, because gospel as well, they sing and claim as if they singing and preaching the word with, but it's
fine.
just a bunch of hoots. You understand? But when you look at it, right, they would say that, but they don't do it. you
Mm,
know, because even in the other songs, they would say they're all about the money and all these things, which that part of it
yeah,
will be true. Because if you're all about the money, you don't have time for the Lord because that is all you're doing. Remember to keep up
right.
that image. You have to be spending money as well as making money. You're spending money to keep up that image. You want to buy fancy things, cars, house, whatever it is to make people and show people the lifestyle they're living, as well
Yeah,
as you go devote yourself into writing songs. You gotta make your album, all these things to keep your thing
um,
pushing, keep your image going, whatever be your business or whatever, you're
mm-hmm,
not gonna have time for the Lord. You understand? You're not
mm,
gonna have time for the Lord. So it's either you're pursuing your career, right, or not. Because look, even the I don't even want to call him my brother again, but you know, he had a name similar to mine. I think it was Kaya, right? Just without the L. Can't remember what his name means, but I think his stage name is Voltage or something. No, but he he was in the truth and he gave up the truth to go and pursue the world in terms
mm,
of singing music and building a career. You
mm,
understand? Because
fine.
apparently he was trying to do that at the side, right? But he realized it wasn't working out because, remember the Lord said, "My people never be ashamed." Well, he got ashamed, because you can't have the image, of a prophet, you're prophesying, whatever, whatever, and then you're out there singing. People will have two views of you, and he chose to go out to the world where people will have a view of him where he might feel nice about himself. You
Mm-hmm,
understand? But never rude awakening for that, right? So
mm,
this is First Corinthians 10 and 20. It says, "But I say that the things which the Gentiles sacrifice, they sacrifice to devils
mm,
and not to the Most High. And I would not have Salakia, and I would not that ye should have fellowship with devils." Right? So Paul saying the same thing that Joshua said. He was saying, "Hey, put away those idols." You
fine.
understand? Put away those idols. You could get Jeremiah 2:11 Babakusha in the Blue Letter Bible, so you can get the NLT and the KJV, right? It says, ye cannot
Which is the
drink,
one, Jeremiah?
yeah, Jeremiah 2:11.
Fine.
It says, "Ye cannot drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. Ye cannot be partakers of the Lord's table and of the table of devils."
Mm,
Right? Do we provoke the Lord to jealousy? Are we stronger than he? Yeah. So make that make sense. We're not stronger than the Lord.
mm-hmm,
So we can operate in like the same devils who want to be saying, we can make the Lord and the Bible angry if we want, because we can make we own this and we own that. No, 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 no.
mm-hmm,
That's their lot. Let them do that. You as a
fine.
Jacob, Israelite, they don't want to go down that route
Mm,
because you will feel the same wrath that these devils gonna feel for the level of pride and all the things that they did.
fine.
Whether
Fine. Also, just the scripture popped in my head a little earlier. Something I was seeing. Can two work together, at least they be agreed. That's roughly paraphrasing,
Done.
you know. So you can't be on, you can't say you're being on the right hand side. It's at the right and it's at the left. All right. And you want to be in the middle. It's no middle in this. All right.
Yeah.
No middle in the Lord's work. It's either you're on the right side or you're on the left side. Now this is the book of Jeremiah 2 and 11. In the KJV it says, as a nation change their gods, which are yet no gods, but my people have changed their glory for that which do it not profit. Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Done. Great NLT too.
Down. The NLT, Jeremiah 2 and 11, it says, as any nation ever trade its gods for new ones, even though they are not gods at all.
Done.
Yet my people have exchanged their glory, their glorious Salakia, their glorious God, power for worthless idols,
Done.
and those idols is what it also goes into things that is not, they don't eat, sleep, shit, they don't do any of these things, even it had a show American Idols, all right,
Mm-hmm.
let's say the name of it, things that the Lord tell us not to do, our people being party because of these things today. You go ahead up.
Yeah, because anything you idolize, and just say like anything you put effort and time into, like to that extent, you're practically worshiping it. You're giving your all to it. That is why again, when you your profession, your work, that is practically your God. So
Mhm.
when I check about these celebrities, remember they put in their all into the music, all
Uh,
into the craft, what they're doing, all in they put in all the time into that. So that is their God, their money. You
uh,
understand? They don't have to be an they don't have to be even an inanimate object. It could also be a woman, like a
mhm.
person, a living thing.
Yeah.
It could be an animal and also crying out loud. It
uh,
could be anything,
uh,
right? Um, and they can even bring out the precept where you put it, you can to work together. So they agree. That is
uh,
Amos 3. I will read this one here because you brought it up. This is Revelation 3 and 15, right? When you're saying how you can't be in the middle now. It could be it's either you're on this side of the fence or you're on that side of the fence. It can't be in the middle.
right.
So it says in Revelation 3 and 3, it says, I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot.
Mm,
I would thou would cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm and neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. Right? So the Lord say, hey, you prefer either yes, you tell him you're hot or you're cold, right?
mhm.
So because remember, it's like how these women like to say, you know, if you have me as an option, choose the next person because I nobody's second choice. Like they had that kind of pride in them now, you know.
Yeah.
But it's practically the same thing the Lord saying here. If it is you, you're in the middle of the fence, right? You're in the middle, as your brother said. You can't choose that they're hot or you're cool, and you're just in between. Then the Lord will say, hey, you don't want it. So you don't want it if you're in between, and you don't want it if you're cool. You understand? Because if you're in the middle, that means you trying to you have the Lord as an option then,
Yeah.
As them Christians they have it on a Sunday, you go
One
to church and then on a Monday going back out and fit and all these kind of marching,
mm,
going party and all them
um,
kind of things.
one
The
foot
Lord don't
in
want
and
that.
one foot out.
Hmm?
I say 1 foot in and 1 foot out.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, that's
That's
showing
from
that they don't have faith.
mm-hmm.
They don't have faith, and they don't have they don't have the fear of the Lord. You know,
Um,
a lot of people could, as they say, as the scriptures say, um, those that say, Lord, Lord, you know,
we're
what
talking
do
about.
again, boy? Yeah,
Have we not
that's
cast
roughly
out
part.
devils in thy name?
Yeah, you know. And this is just showing you that the Lord is deceiving them also. Because you have women out there women pastors, who doing all kind of these exorcism and all these things, thinking, well, they fulfilling something, not
Yeah,
knowing that they being deceived by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. The deceiver and the deceiver is.
yeah. I can really quickly say, quote over
And
nothing.
yeah,
Matthew 7:21, it says, not everyone that saith unto me, Lord, Lord, shall enter into the kingdom of heaven, but he that doeth the will of my Father which is in heaven.
and,
Many will say to me in that day, Lord, Lord, have we not prophesied in thy name, and in thy name have cast out devils, and in thy name done many wonderful works? And then I will profess unto them, I never knew you. Depart from me, ye that work in iniquity. Right? So the ones like again, you're lukewarm, you want to be in the middle or whatever it is. And I
and,
that and that scripture you have to it because
and,
that's specifically for this year. Because they're saying, Lord, Lord, have you not come? So meaning to say that they did the work, right? To a certain
mhm,
period of time. But they were lukewarm, right? They
and,
were in the middle because it's like they had time for the world to do this, but at the same time it's like they want to do this too at the side,
mhm,
that can't work so.
yeah,
That can't work so. So the Lord would say, depart from me. It's a
and,
work of iniquity. The Lord don't want nothing to do with you. You're being a hypocrite.
and.
You know?
As the scripture say, um, son of Jonas, if you love me, just roughly paraphrasing, if you love me, feed my sheep, you know.
Um,
And
yeah.
if you love the Lord, you have to feed the Lord's sheep. All right.
Mm-hmm.
You can't be a worthless shepherd. You can't be out there, you're doing the works and then you, as the brother say, you're lukewarm, you're in and out. Some
Can
people they doing videos once a month, once every 2 months. You know, I remember the
actually done
apostles and them bringing out things like that. You know,
actually fasting for a month.
yeah,
That's crazy.
that's yeah, that real
That's
sad way.
crazy. Hmm.
Hmm.
But you could
Only
also man the first John 2 and 2:15 when I finish it down. I
all
want it
right.
to
Uh, this is Amos 3. I'll start from verse 1. It says, hear this word that the Lord Yahweh has spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, you only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities. All right.
right.
Now picture Salakia, just picture this scripture here and going to where you have your parents. And your parents now come to say like, all right, your parents come to pick you up from school. You you doing some sort of dotishness, you're being in iniquity together with the other children. Your parents see you and decide to whoop your ass. The reason
Because
your
you belong
parents
to them.
whooping right is right. Your parents whooping your ass. Why? Because you belong to them. All right. As the Lord say, you only have I known. All right. The Lord made a covenant with us. All right.
And that
With
known as
Israel.
also that known as personal. It's
And
like in trip. The Lord say like meaning to say as you give the analogy with the parents, you come out of
mm,
that loins, whatever it's a father, or you come out of that belly if it's a mother,
mm,
you know. So they're not going they don't know the other children. So they're not going to the children. They don't want you to go astray, so they're making try and pull upon you. You understand?
can,
The Lord say he chastise his sons,
can,
right?
can. Continuing here. Verse 3, it says, can two walk together except they be agreed? With a
Come,
question mark.
yeah. The two walk together, I said maybe I agree with. And but from since back in the garden, the Lord say, hey, make no covenant with the heathen. You
Can,
understand? Since back in the garden, When the Lord was telling you, hey, don't eat of that tree, and I just said, don't deal with freaking Esau on them. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? The Lord had his reason. That's why he should just say, my thoughts are not your thoughts,
Um,
right? Because the Lord don't know what he's seen already. But people like to listen, you
uh,
know? So it's either you want to serve these devils, especially coming to this MOTB, this RFID chip that looking to come out,
mm,
it's either you serve them by taking that, you worship the beast, or you serve the Lord, right?
uh,
One way or the other, and half the world gonna search worship the Antichrist,
yes.
right? So this is James 1 4. It says, ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High?
Mm,
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High, right?
mm,
Yeah, I'll just read that one goes. So yeah,
uh,
Lord say this world, he don't agree with it, right? I ain't gonna talk long on it because the first John 2 and 15, we had they go seal it, they go seal the deal. I think it have
and
more
this is the
in
book of First John, chapter 2, and verse 15. The headline is saying, do not love the world. And
done.
the NMC is saying, do not love this world. All right. It says here, verse 15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. All right. So all the people who following in the ways of this world that we saw them right now is controlling and doing, you know, as the scripture say, ye are like your father, the devil, the lust of your father you will do. All right.
Done.
So all the ones who are in this world right now, they follow in the ways of this devil.
Mm-hmm.
It says here, verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, the and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. All right. This world that Esau Edom is controlling right now, as I mentioned. All right. That is soon is going to be demolished.
Hmm. Done. Yeah, more there, I said.
Oh, verse 17, Salakia. And the
Done.
world passes away, and the world passeth away, and the lust of the, and the lust thereof. But he that doeth the will of the Most High abideth forever.
Done. You see? And that is it. Because it's just how the scripture say. And again, as the title say that they have to be Lord of the Mammon, right? The
Uh,
Lord said this world will not pass away. So if it is you choose to worship whatever in the world, you're gonna pass away alongside with it. Because remember when the Lord had Moses split them up when they came out of the land of Egypt, right? Who was worshiping the golden calf or whatever it is, go on that side. And you want to worship
mm,
the Lord on the right side. And guess what happened? You want to worship the world or worship an idol, right? Which was the
mm,
golden calf at that point in time, they got swallowed up
uh,
by the sun. Only the
uh,
ones that worship the true living power, Yahweh Bash Shai, survived,
uh,
right? So this is the book of Romans chapter 8 and verse 1. It says there is therefore now no condemnation to them which are in Mashiach Yahushai, who will not who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. For the law of the spirit of life in Mashiach Yahushai had made me free from the law of sin and death. For what the law could not do, in that it was weak through the flesh, the Most High sending his own Son in the likeness of sinful flesh, and for sin, condemned sin in the flesh, right? So this talking about, you know, basically this flesh, we know this flesh, according to Jude 1 and 6, it chains of darkness. This flesh caused us to go off, right?
uh,
So the Lord knows Yahweh sent Yahweh Shai to die on the cross for us or whatever it is, to conquer the flesh, to conquer sin, right? for our sakes, right? That is a mercy that is still showed, right? Verse 4 says that the righteousness of the law might be fulfilled in us who walk not after the flesh, but after the spirit. Now, getting to the point here, it says, for they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit, right? For to be carnally minded is death, but to be
Mhm.
spiritually minded is life and peace. Because the carnal mind is enmity against the Most High, for it is not subject to the law of the Most High, neither indeed can be,
Mm.
right? So if it is, you're walking with the Lord, that spiritual side, you when you with the Lord, everything just becomes vivid unto you. You
Um,
understand? If you sign it with the world, right? Sign it with the world, you idolize any world, whatever it is, any world. It can be money, women, a house, car, whatever it is. You on the side of the world, you're gonna get finished. That's why the scripture says that enmity, carnality, right? Carnality is all this world have to offer, right? Because remember, run by these devils is carnality,
and
right? So it says, so then they that are in the flesh cannot please the Most High. But ye are not in the flesh, but in the Spirit. If so be that the Spirit of the Most High dwell in you. Now, if any man have not the Spirit of a Mashiach, he is none of his. Right? See, let's say if you don't have the Spirit, Ayabashim Yoshai, right? Then you're not of him, right? You're not of him. So, well, until what's going to happen, right? You're going to be on the side or whatever it is going on in the world, again, whether it be cars, house, money, whatever it is, and you're gonna pass away just along with them. Just as the scripture saying Christian 2:170. You will pass it away, you're gonna pass away with the world,
um,
right? Because you choose carnality, right? You idolizing whatever it is the world had to offer you. You understand? But you had any more precept talk?
yeah, I've on here. Real quick,
Then
this is Romans 6, and I'll start from 20. Romans 6 and 20, it says, For when ye were, for when, for when ye were the servants of sin, ye were free from righteousness. What fruit had ye then in those things, wherefore ye, ye are now ashamed? For the end of those things is death. But now being made free from sin and being servants to the to power, ye have your fruits unto holiness, and the end everlasting life. Yeah, I'll end it there.
done. So you see, the Lord basically telling you here now, right? Um, you see the part where it said, let me see, in
Verse
verse
21.
21, it said, what fruit had ye in those things wherefore ye are now ashamed? Right? You must see the NLT. It says, was what was the result you are now? What was the result? You are now ashamed of the things you used to do, things
Mhm.
that end in eternal doom, right?
Uh,
Because why? When we come into the truth now, right? I sure that our brothers, probably every brother, if not every brother, right?
mhm.
Have something that they wouldn't break for. I mean, everybody has their secret, right? But I sure every brother have a secret where it is something that they did in the world that as they come into the truth now, you'll be even ashamed to bring out and make known.
Yeah.
You
And,
understand? Because this truth, it clean you up. Remember, the word wash you and clean you out or
mhm.
whatever it is,
and,
right? So this world, right? This world and this word is two separate beings. That's why it's either one or the other. So if it
and,
is you know the Lord, you are the lead this world, right? Because hey, that scripture just come to my mind, right? Say Let's see here. John 15 and 19. Let's look at that quick. The book of John, chapter 15 and verse 19, right? It says, if you were of the world would love its own. But
Mhm.
because ye are not of the world, but have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hath hated you, right? So, in other words, what the Lord saying here, right? You're basically in the world, but you're not of the world, right?
Mhm.
You're physically there, you know?
And
Think it out 117.
so one way say um use the word but not to abuse it,
Can yeah,
you know.
that's the title
That's
from
showing it. Yeah, that's showing a balance. You know, the Lord didn't bring us here. He didn't take us out of the world to how to put it as the scripture say as the scripture say here, if you were of the world will love his own, you know, and we are not of the world. So when we preach this word and whatnot, you know, a lot of people doesn't like it, you know. They just,
can
you know, they just turn up their spirit and whatnot, you know. They
demon
scoff at it. Yeah,
can. And this is actually this is the real one I was looking for here too, but all praise is still about me for bringing out the other one too, right?
and
This is John 17 and 15. It says, I pray not that thou shouldest take them out of the world, but that thou shouldest keep them from the evil. They are not of the world, even as I am not of the world. Right? Meaning to say, we're physically here, but spiritually, our mind set on what the kingdom to come.
can,
That
can,
is the difference. That's the difference. You're gonna be here and think YOLO, you only live once and all that stuff nonsense.
mm,
Focus on the Lord, serve the Lord, and forget Mammon. Right? For
can,
the Lord could offer you more well than He could even dream of doing here. And
can,
furthermore, that devil didn't even care about you and he care about himself.
can.
So what's the point serving somebody like that? You know? But yeah, that's it right there.
Yeah,
Um, so we hope this short but Yapa lesson was edifying to you all out there. You know, mainly the elect, the sincere Akiam, sincere Akwat, you know, Shalom and Brakata, you know. There's Brother Kyle here again and Brother Aymaravi on my right, you know. So we would like to give all praises to Yahweh,
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 Bahashem,
Shai,
Yahushai, Bahashem,
Yahweh,
Kahakodash.
right? And double honors unto the elders and apostles of Great Millstone.
Shalom,
Peace and salutations unto the 144,000, right? Till next time we say Shalom.
Shalom.